In this episode, are you afraid of mold? How about cucumbers? Are you afraid of cats?
And on the flip side, we talk about the ups and downs of fixing and breaking air conditioners. And let's have a conversation about Netflix ads. Are they really that bad? Mike, hit the music. Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I have an urgent and horrifying news story. So stop what you're doing and listen. Welcome back to another episode of the Funny Business Podcast. We are back. We are feeling fresh. We're feeling funky. We're here to deliver another fantastic episode of our podcast to you, the good coworkers of the Funny Business Podcast. Apparently Mike stinks. Do you smell bad?
No, you said funky.
Yeah, feeling funky fresh.
Yeah, that's funky fresh. So I'm smelling them funky and fresh.
Got it. Okay. Oh, yes. Yeah. Are you wearing deodorant?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Confirmed Mike is wearing deodorant, so we're safe. We're welcome. Mike, how are you? How are things?
You kind of ruined my intro because I was going to say, cannonball! I don't know why this is being brought up. For the first time, I think since high school, in 10 years, I've changed deodorant.
Okay. Sick. What kind are you using?
Harry's.
Never heard of it.
So Harry's has, I believe, started out, and do not quote me on this. This is funny business facts, not even science facts. It originally started out with like shaving products.
Oh, I think I've seen their ads on like YouTube.
Okay, so I believe they started out as a razor, but then they started expanding, and then I saw that they had a deodorant, and I'm like, I need to try, because I've been using Old Spice, and I had like such a fixation on Old Spice since like high school because of the Old Spice man, which like who didn't love the Old Spice? Yep, can you ride a horse backwards? I can.
Yep.
Look at your man. Now back to me. Now back at your man. Now back to me. Sadly, he isn't me. But if you started, I had that shit memorized from the top.
That's effective marketing right there.
Oh my God. Yeah. Like forever. Like I think we tried our best like to promote stuff Old Spice way. No doubt about it. But when I was using Old Spice, it was set to a certain price. So then I saw this Harry's deodorant, and I saw it was like maybe 0.2 ounces less, but it was like $3 less. And I'm like, I'm buying this. Like,
yeah.
So it has smelled great. I've gotten compliments. I sat next to Jenna, as I obviously do at church every Sunday, and I got you smell good. I'm like, thanks. So I think it's working, but no, it's good. Held up. I think the only thing is, and I'm not sure if it's just because I'm using a lot. I'm not going to show it on camera.
Please don't.
It's like, it's not the gel. It's more of like, how do I say it? Like, I want to say the white chalk, but it's like kind of that white deodorant stick. Some of it is like the gunk, like from you wiping it, like turns it into a gunk. And it's like this big chunks that come out of your armpit hair. I know. Lovely to hear for the listeners. Great. I apologize.
It's phenomenal.
So, but yeah, I've had new deodorant for the first time, I think, in like 10 years. I think it went from this to Old Spice and then Axe. If that gives any context of how long I've been using Old Spice for.
I think there's actually an age limit on Axe. Once you turn like 16, you just have to grow up and use adult deodorant. Are you having beverage? What the hell?
You did not hear my...
No.
You can go get one if you want.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
There's the power of editing.
I have a shooter.
A water?
Here. No, I have a shooter.
You're doing a shot?
Should I do a shot right now?
We've never done a shot on the podcast.
No, we never have. I don't know if I'm in the mood for a shot.
Go get a drink.
We'll see.
Go get a drink.
No, I'm fine.
Come on, Matt.
No, I'm good.
Come on, Matt.
I'm good.
Come on.
No, I want to talk about what deodorant I use first.
Okay.
So I use...
Welcome to the manliest podcast ever on the Funny Business Podcast.
I'm an Arm & Hammer guy. Just go straight generic Arm & Hammer. Yeah, strictly business is what that is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you want to go get a drink now?
Yes, I'll go get a drink. I know. I don't know if I have any cold beer. That's on me.
What?
I know. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll just lightly sip my Pink Whitney. That'd actually be funny. I think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to lightly sip this.
I am not for this. I will not force, God. I will peer pressure for a drink, but when it comes to shots and shooters,
that's a good clip to have.
I'm off limits. Play it at my wedding. I do not peer pressure any drinks. I peer pressure beer, and that's it.
I mean, what's a shot going to do? What's it going to harm?
I don't know. It's
That's
funny.
probably against YouTube regulations.
I don't know.
Let's find out.
Let's find out.
Let's find out.
I don't know. I think just drinks, not drinks, but like liquor kind of wigs me out. And like, not in the sense like for me, it wigs me out personally, but like peer pressuring somebody into liquor. Like I'd rather peer pressure them and getting another beer than doing another shot.
Okay. I don't know if you were trying to make that sound better. I just want you. It didn't sound any better. I would like to let you know that.
I am hand up. I'm a peer pressure.
Yeah, man. Cut.
Guilty as charged. So
I'm gonna lightly sip this.
Okay.
That's my.
How is it?
I like Pink Whitney.
Okay.
That's
wow.
good.
You took that down pretty quick.
I like Pink Whitney. Pink Whitney. Right. I mean, it's basically lemonade.
Okay. Well. All right. Well, Matt, we're talking about cats today.
Yeah, that text was depressing that you sent last night when I was passed out. I woke up this morning to that text. So I was like, damn, really starting off low today.
Yeah. Well, Matt, we're talking about cats. Matt, we're hopping back on Reddit. There is a dedicated subreddit. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but this trend that I'm about to talk about today, which was reported by Samuel Osborne of The Independent, a trend has spawned by a dedicated subreddit called Cucumbers Scaring Cats.
Okay.
So, people have been sharing videos of their cats' extreme reactions to cucumbers. Placing a cucumber behind a cat when it's eating appears to startle them, causing some cats to leap into the air in fright.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, obviously, we were wondering, do cucumbers scare cats? What are your thoughts?
Everybody's wondering that. It's actually the biggest trending discussion on Twitter. There's nothing that's happened in the world the past week, so Twitter's just talking about cucumbers and cats.
Hell, nothing has happened in the last 2 weeks at the time of this recording.
No.
What was it? There's this thing that kept showing up on Twitter, like days without an unprecedented event. Zero.
Yes. Yep.
So we're looking into the experts. Jill Goldman is here to talk.
Of course
Jill Goldman says, quote, with a startle response, a cat will often try to get out of there as quickly as possible and then reassess from a distance. So she's a certified animal behavioralist and explains that cucumbers triggers cats' natural startle reflexes.
I hate, and hate is a strong word, and I try not to use it too much. I hate that there's a person who gets paid to know that. I just want that on the record, and I'm okay with saying that.
Listen, man, there's these people that do YouTube. There's these people that podcast $10,000 an episode. Hell, there's people, I keep forgetting his name, but there's this guy in New York City who keeps walking around and is drunk all the time and probably makes money doing that.
World of T-shirts?
I think so. World of T-shirts? That sounds familiar.
Yeah, he's got some issues, but...
yeah, like, stop that. Get some help. Like,
he legit needs help. Yes.
So, with that, I will affirm with you too, Matt. Like a certified animal behavioralist to be told, hey, do cucumbers scare cats?
Mm-hmm. Like that's a type of question that's the stupid question that should be answered on the Funny Business podcast, not by someone that's their job to know that.
Obviously, there was some talk about some ethical things regarding scaring cats, and I'm sure PETA was involved. But Matt, very unusual, let's just say, response from cats being startled by a vegetable.
Yeah. Also, just the fact that this is a trend is a little concerning. I think we could start there first. That whatever, if cats are scared of cucumbers, that's fine. I can't have a cat because my allergies. Damn, that's really unfortunate. It's not. But let's talk about the fact that there's actually cat owners who are like choosing to scare their cats. And I guess that I don't have an issue with that. Just the fact that it's a trend is concerning to me.
So Matt, I want to talk today briefly about things that scare us.
Okay.
What fears? And like, let's not like spiders are one thing. Snakes are another thing. Like I said today, like somebody being pressured into doing shots, that scares me.
Okay. What scares? Did I ever? I feel like we talked about this maybe a few weeks ago, like a nightmare I used to have as a child.
What was your nightmare?
Okay, so that you know what? I think this was someone at work that I was talking about this with. So I was a fast individual as a child. I still
Matt
like
Speed?
to think I can. Matt Speed. They don't call me that for nothing. I had like a reoccurring nightmare in like high school that in my dream I would be somewhere. It could be on the baseball field, and I did track too. It could be on the track, or just in real life. And I would go to run, and it was super slow motion,
You've
and it would
never shared
happen
this.
I didn't think I did. It
No.
happened very often when I was in high school. Of like I would be going to try to like save someone, and I was just like running so slow. And in my mind, I'm like, why can't I run as fast as I usually can? But my body just would not move.
That's an interesting nightmare.
Yeah.
Did you have that happen in your nightmares? Like, did you start moving slow?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
In my nightmares, like I can't move. But in my head in my nightmares is like, why can't I move so fast? But I just kept like going so slow. Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I still think people are in our room when I sleep in the middle of the night, but that's besides the point.
You don't have to tell me.
Yes, Matt, I know.
What are the things scare you? I got to think a little bit.
I thought of like this whole scenario of like what vegetable scares me. And like, I don't think there's a particular vegetable that scares me.
You know what food scares me? If you ever get sushi, the little like fish eggs they put on like
Really?
Is it caviar? Not caviar. Like the little orange like fish eggs.
Yeah.
I hate those things. They're
Really?
awful. Yeah, I hate them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Like I won't eat sushi if it has that on it.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I get a little wigged out with mold. I'm not going to lie.
I think most people probably do.
Like, I'm okay, like, if it's from a distance, but, like, if I have to, like, pick it up and I know my hand is going to make contact with it, I'm all like, oh.
See, I thought you were about to say, I'm okay with a little mold and saying you would still eat it. That I was about to have a problem with. But no, now that makes sense.
I think we've all eaten a little bit of mold at one point in our lives.
Yeah, right now, we had...
I have an apple behind me that's getting mold and I want to eat it.
No, but we had like a special pack of like cookies that we like bought. I probably bought like 2 months ago. The expiration date was like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
But I've been eating them. Like the cookie dough expired like 2 weeks ago.
Gotcha.
But I'm not going to waste the food, so I'm going to eat it. But there was no mold on it. It was just expired.
Yeah. I've been having a little life hack when it comes to making breakfast sandwiches.
Okay.
So
how often do you make a breakfast sandwich?
Every so often.
Okay.
Like it's not frequent enough for me. Like every weekend I make a bacon, egg, and cheese. So like my preferred choice is a bacon, egg, and cheese, either on bread, a bagel, whatever we have available. So the problem is trying to keep bacon fresh or prevent it from going bad, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Bacon bits.
Yeah.
So the bacon bits that are in the same aisle as like your salad dressings and like some of the like croutons, all that. Yep. I use bacon bits.
Instead
and what
of
I'll do is
bacon?
Yeah, so I'll make a fried egg, but then in that process I'll put my salt, pepper, and then my bacon bits. And then in the egg has bacon bits. And then I put the cheese on top of it and then I let it melt and then boom, cheese, bacon, egg, sandwich.
I actually have an issue with that.
Why do you have an issue with that?
So, okay, that actually, I don't know why. That really just like...
Does it scare you, Matt?
No, it scares it. I'm scared for it. You think that's like just as good as having like 3 strips of bacon on a sandwich?
I never said it was just as good. I'm just saying it's kind of a hack.
It's kind of a beta move, I think. I don't know. I think it is. No, I think not. Yes, it is. I do. I think if you ask the majority of guys, I think they would rather just let bacon go bad and just use it when they need it.
So you'd rather waste money with bacon and
then buy bacon bits, put them aside. Yes, correct. That is correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll pull some of my coworkers tomorrow.
Yeah, I will pull some of my coworkers tomorrow. We'll come back next week. Honestly, now this is going to be in my head so often. Every single person I see in the next week, I'm going to ask this question. like you said, bacon bits are great in like a salad, but like, can you, let me ask this question.
Sure.
Can you taste the bacon that much in the sandwich?
Yes.
Okay.
You
Okay.
put,
That's fine.
you
All
put
right.
a shit ton in it. Like, it's not like you do a little Salt Bay sprinkle.
All
Like,
right,
you
so
just go,
next question.
whack.
How much bacon bits do you buy at once?
One bag. And so this was this was literally circling back.
I think we're both pissed off now. This is great.
So there was an expiration date, and it said, so here's the thing I will say is a little sus. The bacon bits have an expiration date, but it says they're very fresh, like they're real bacon bits. So how can you have an extended expiration date when it's fresh, real bacon bits?
Yeah, I think bacon bits might be fraudulent
So
in that sense.
So what I was getting to was I was about to put the bag of bacon bits that we have in the fridge onto my egg, and I saw it was a little white, and I'm like, "Is this mold, Jenna?" And she goes, "Oh, that's definitely mold." I said, "Well, I almost had mold, egg, and cheese and bacon sandwich today." So
Wait, you found mold in your bacon bits?
yes,
But you bought bacon bits because you didn't want your bacon to get moldy.
yeah, I know that's I know tragedy. Did you have it here?
So just buy bacon.
No, because that's gonna go quicker. And I don't have it as consistent as I want to.
You know what we do actually? This is the biggest life hack.
Freeze it?
No,
Bake it, freeze it? Okay.
No, we go to Sam's Club
Yeah.
and they sell like big bags of already pre-cooked bacon
Right.
that we keep in the fridge. Very long expiration date.
Okay.
And it's very good bacon. You just heat it up in the microwave for like literally 10, 15 seconds. Even 15 seconds might be much. Maybe it's a minute. I don't remember. And it tastes very good.
Got to get myself a Sam's membership.
Yeah. Or Costco.
Does
I prefer Costco.
Does your parents still have one more person that they can add to the Sam's Club membership? Because I'll totally take
Well, so April has the Sam's Club membership. My parents have Costco. I still have to get on my parents' Costco. Costco is a bit of a drive for us. Definitely a drive for you.
Well, yeah.
But there's a Sam's Club close to you.
There is.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to haggle off a membership from somebody else who has a membership.
That's the way to do it. It's like
Yeah.
owning a boat. You don't want to own a boat. You want to know someone that owns a boat. You don't want to actually buy your own Sam's Club membership. You want to, tail chase off someone who has a Sam's Club membership.
Maybe I could do it. No, I'm just kidding.
You'll find someone. If somebody has a Sam's Club membership and they're willing to share with Mike, hit him up.
Yep, hit me up. I don't know. I will. What do you call it? Every time I end the show, I always give you a shout out. So you find
and stay tuned in the show when I give out Mike's cell phone numbers. You can all personally text him. Yeah,
not the first time I've given my cell phone out to a big group of random people I've never had the chance to interact with. So that's totally
well, you were muted that time, so
no, that was college. Remember?
No, during Salsa Saturdays.
No, so there was.
I have no idea.
So this is your first year during orientation or second year during orientation. So we used Remind 101 to send out texts.
Oh,
no,
RIP,
this was your senior year.
Yeah.
This was your senior year. So I thought I was sending out a text to my small group, and I said, "Hey guys, please give me a text at 570." Oh, I almost said it.
Yo, that would have been awesome.
570. So then I got the first text, and then there was a second text without a number, third text without a number, and it just kept bubbling up. Instead of sending it to the small group of students, which was like about 20, I sent it to all 436 students during that time.
I do remember that now. Yeah. Oh man.
So wow, what off the rails?
Cats and cucumbers.
Cats and cucumbers.
I just realized how late we are into this episode. That's wild. Also, one other quick fear. I've definitely said this before, I think. Not knowing where to park when I go to someplace.
Yeah.
Freaks me the hell out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I had to tell that to my boss the other day. She's like, why? I was like, I don't know. It freaks me out. Got to look it up.
That's all I got for whatever this part of the show was. So
no, that was great. I think I think the listeners enjoyed that segment.
I hope so.
We'll slide on into the second half of the show. We got some Say What. I'll go first, if you don't mind.
I'd be really curious to know what your Say What's are for.
Yeah, I think that's a good ones. First one, did something today, really made me feel good. Fixing something that no one else can just makes you feel like a superhero.
Wonderful.
It's the best. So without going into too much detail, I had to for work. We have a few different like locations, and I had to deliver some things to each place today. So we have vans. We have two fairly new ones that we use to transport, and then we have a really old like 2002 Chrysler minivan.
Nice.
And ever since I've been working there and before, the AC just hasn't worked in the minivan. I got the AC to work in the minivan today.
You go, man.
That was awesome. I didn't really have to like try to fix it. However, it just kind of worked. But I went and I was like, hey, I thought the AC in there didn't work. And they're like, yeah, it doesn't. I was like, it's working for me. They're like, how did you do that? That's weird. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. It just happened.
Where's my raise?
yeah, that's next week's conversation. No, but it was just very cool. Like it's a small, simple thing that everyone was like, "Thank you." That really like made our day. I was like, "That's sad, but you're welcome."
Look at you go.
Yeah, but that's just in general. When you can fix something that no one else can, it just makes you makes you feel good. We'll put it that way. We'll keep it PG-13.
Well, and the better part too is once you fix it, there's always questions on how did you do it?
Yeah.
And everybody's in complete shock, like, how did you do that? Or what did you do? Or how'd you do this? And you just kind of explain it as if it was just like a cakewalk. And
yeah, that's great.
I'm surprised. Okay, I'm still holding my breath. So anyway.
Yeah, I don't know.
Very funny you say that, Matt, because with AC, I had a bad hotel experience on my traveling last week.
Oh no. Hotel ACs are the best.
I know. I was looking forward to it. I walk into my room. It was warm. And I'm like, wait a minute. This isn't good. I literally so it's done by a wall mount, like a wall thermostat, like an electronic one. So I put it down all the way to like 45, thinking to myself, if it's not going to go at 45 degrees, it's broken.
I think it's going to break because it's trying to get down to 45.
So I tell the front desk and I said, look, I think the AC unit's broke. It's really hot. So in two ways, I had a bad AC experience, but I also had a bad customer service experience. So they're like, well, the maintenance people are gone for today. But I have a janitor that knows how to fix the AC system. So I will put your room down and I will see if this person's available to do it. I'm like, okay, thank you. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, refund on room. Let's see if we can get you to a different room. So I was like, okay, give the person the benefit of the doubt. We go do our thing. We go back to the hotel. I'm thinking to myself, okay, it's either been fixed or it's not working. I walk in, Matt, it's freaking balmy as hell.
What was the temperature?
75.
Okay, it's not great.
But with the settle of like 60. So somebody was in there to tinker with it.
Oh, so it wasn't set to 45 anymore?
It wasn't set to 45 degrees. So I think to myself, I'm like, this is awful. So I go back outside the front desk and I said, look, it's still not working. Did you get a chance to? And she goes, no, the janitor called off. And I was like, okay. So what are we doing about this? And she goes, well, I'm on the phone with my manager right now and we're trying to see what we can figure out. I'm like, okay, I'll wait here. She goes, well, I'm on the phone with my manager. So I'll no, hey, we'll refund your room or let me see if there's another room that's available. So I go back in and I call. Here's me. I call corporate.
Karen Mike is
I
approaching.
call corporate. So I wasn't calling on behalf of just my AC being broken. I was calling on behalf of the lack of hospitality. So when this all was happening, I was on the phone with corporate. I was able to fix the AC.
Oh, okay.
All I had to do was reset, those like hair dryers that had that big red and yellow button.
Yeah.
So the AC had the same thing. You just had to press it and it was working. So I got a call from my room phone. And I thought to myself, because I was like halfway through the process with corporate of like, it was just bad customer service. Pick up the phone. I'm like, hello. And she goes, somebody just canceled. We have a room for you. I'm like, okay. She goes, you just pack up your stuff and come over. I'm like, sounds good. I hang up thinking it was customer service. No, legit. Somebody canceled. I then got upgraded to a king size bed and a sofa.
Okay.
So I broke the AC unit once again.
So wait, what?
So I
hold on.
I broke it.
Hold on. Hold the phone. So You actually broke it again?
Let me clarify. The original room that I was in, I broke it
Yes, yeah.
by unplugging it a little bit and resetting it.
So you fixed it, but then in spite, you rebroke it.
Yes.
I love that. That's incredible. I didn't expect that plot twist.
Because I thought to myself, I'm like, okay, so it's either corporate is going to say, oh, well, this person had a bad experience. Or then it's the hotel that's like, well, it's working now. What the hell's up with this asshole? So,
That's, oh man, I love that. That's great. Good for you.
thanks. Thank you. So
That's incredible. I would cheers with you. I did finish my shooter. I'm very warm inside right now.
oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. Not as hot, not as warm as the hotel room that I was in. So
No. Also, let's go back to the fact you set the room at 45 degrees.
just to see if the AC was working.
But it's not going to work. If it's at 75, you set the 45, it's going to like short circuit itself.
No, it won't.
If
That
you
was
set,
the room temperature.
correct. If you set an 8, if it's like 75 in the room and you set it super low, it's going to work so hard to put it down. It's going to run slower.
Whatever.
But I all that's relevant. You have the biggest balls of all time to re-break it after you fixed it. That's amazing. I did not expect the ending of that story to go like that. That is great. Oh, man.
Yes.
All right, my final one. Streaming full time is exhausting.
I was
Is this where you thought I was going for this?
I was waiting for
Absolutely exhausting. So I did this past weekend, was home alone, streamed College Football 25. Not going to talk too much about the gameplay. It's phenomenal. Game delivered. Well worth the hype. I streamed 7.5 hours on Saturday and a little over 8 hours on Sunday.
16-hour bender, baby.
Yes, not to brag. That was absolutely exhausting. A ton of fun, and I had actually had a decent amount of people in chat that were like conversing back and forth. But sitting in my chair, like when I woke up on Sunday, I was like, the game was awesome. I'm going to play for like 11 hours. And then I got to like 7.5 hours in, and I was in the middle of just starting, or like end of the first quarter of the game. And I was like, I can't sit here anymore. Like this is exhausting. So I credit to all the full-time streamers on YouTube and Twitch out there. Doing that for a living is probably awesome. A lot of fun. I did have a lot of fun doing it. But damn, I don't know how they do it every single day.
I will say there's probably a better investment when it comes to their equipment. So they probably have, like, I know Matt and I kind of have similar chairs, but they probably have like a $700 to $800 computer chair that they sit in.
That's true.
And then some of the peripherals and some of those things, like those are taken care of. You know, we stream for fun. We don't stream for a living. So
yeah,
I could understand why they're able to stream longer hours than us. But no, man, look, not going to lie. I was pretty impressed. You stuck with your word as far as like all day. Like, I know you kept saying that. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, well, we'll see where Matt goes. But like you had it, man. You were there and you were doing pretty well. I sent him the Twitch summary. I'm like, hang it up on the fridge.
Yeah, it helps that the game is fun, and that's a big part of it. I guess also like the full-time streamers, they don't always do like 8 hours every day.
They do like 4.
They do like 4 to 6, yeah. Which really, once I got to like hour 7, I was like, all right, this is a lot. Like my eyes do need a rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it was fun. Thank you to everybody in chat, by the way, for tuning in and giving me things to talk about. And yeah, it was great. We'll be doing more.
Lovely. My last one, Netflix. So Matt, we've had many conversations before of Netflix, of cracking down on password sharing, options for different tiers of subscriptions. We fell into a category where we were not forced, but we decided to buy Netflix with ads. And Matt, do you have Netflix with ads?
I don't have Netflix.
You don't have Netflix? Okay.
Nope.
So
I will when the new Stranger Things season comes out.
I will say Netflix with ads isn't terrible.
Okay.
I will be the first to say that as a consumer. It does fall a little weird at times.
Like the placement of the ads?
Not necessarily. I think it's funny when like we're watching Your Honor, which features Bryan Cranston. I think it's a Netflix original. And like this thing's super serious, like super like noir, murders are happening, all that stuff. And then all of a sudden there's like a pet food ad that like shows up in the middle of it. But the ads aren't that terrible. It's not like you have like to deal with like a 2-minute commercial or like a minute commercial, like 30 seconds, 20 seconds, maybe 40 seconds. It's really not that bad. And better yet, they'll do it in the beginning. Realistically speaking, if you watch the ads at the beginning, you probably won't get one depending on how long your episode is. So probably with like your Stranger Things thing, you'll probably have maybe at maximum, probably 2 to 3 ads during your typical episode of Stranger Things.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all. And that's the cheapest option, right? Netflix with ads?
Yep.
By far. Yeah. All right, that's good to know. That's helpful. I will say YouTube ads are really bad. Those are bad. Those are like very constant for like a minute each time.
You cracked me up because I remember I talked about YouTube ads many episodes ago.
Yes.
And you're just on the YouTube bender yourself now.
Yes, I do use the YouTube now.
The YouTube. That's all I got.
All right. Well, that was Say What?
Say what?
What?
Thanks for you all for listening, tuning in, watching, streaming, wherever you may go, wherever you may be. You can always find us at beacons.ai/funnybusinesspod. Mr. Matthew.
Ish.
What is your advice for the people, the coworkers, the listeners of the funny business world?
Don't forget to clean your toilet.
Oh.
Like the inside of the toilet. Get some toilet bowl cleaner, clean it once in a while, scrub it up. One, it's gross to look at. Two, it's just gross to look at. That's really it. I understand, like, it's not touching anything, but it's just clean it. It deserves it.
Just clean it. Just clean it.
Clean it.
Clean it. Clean it. I'm done.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah. Well, that concludes our episode. And until the next time, we'll see you all in the next episode.
Stay safe, everyone.